everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to do a very simple floral design. Of course, I will be using this number 16 round brush by Princeton Heritage Series and a flat brush by Amagic, which would be a number 10, a fine liner brush, and a dotting stylus. All these items are listed down below my videos. You may purchase through the affiliate links. And all the paints I'm using today, once again, are FolkArt paints. I do combine the multi-surface and the enamels, and basically the reason I do that is for the colors. Because they have some that are similar or the same from one brand, or well, not brand, but one formula to the other. However, they don't always have the colors that I like, so I have to switch back and forth. Alright, so this one is Thicket. That's my go-to for my leaves most of the time. Fresh foliage. We're going to throw in a little happy green. We're going to do apple red, licorice, and then wicker white. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Now, I've not done this design on glass, so we'll see how the brush works. I'm going to go ahead and start with the round brush, dip it into the lipstick red, and just get the bristles full. Then I'm going to just come through and do just a quick like that with the brush. Now, you can, because it is a little opaque, or transparent, excuse me, you can go back over this again just to make sure that you get it with good coverage, or, and I smeared my brush there, or you can, add white to this, up to you. So like towards the end of this one, because it's a kind of a big, it's not covering, so I'm just going to go back over this. Like I said, I could add white into it, and that would actually give it a little more coverage, but I really just kind of like the prints that I'm getting just by pushing these down and going like that. Again, this surface is not as big as what I would use on my paper, but you get the idea. Like I said, you might have to do modifications, give it some dry time, whatever it takes. That's up to you and how you like it. You just know that it gets better coverage, gets more durability. And you can overlap your designs too. There you go. So what I have, one more flower. I did more on my paper. Sorry, my furnace is starting up, or air conditioning I should say. Alright, so with my fine liner, I'm going to stick it into the fresh foliage, the thicket. I can go into the happy green, and I'm just going to come through and tie these all together. And I'll mix these colors, kind of rotate them a little bit. And make it like this. And then I can come out here and just do a little swirly out to the side. There you go. Alright. So the next thing I'm going to do is to dip one side of my brush into the fresh foliage, one side into the thicket. I can even add a little bit of the happy green as I'm going on here. Or you can leave it out, or you can switch it back and forth, doesn't matter. Alright, so on this, I'm just going to do my basic one stroke leaves that I do a lot of. Just you push down and pull them back up. And do that again. Now you notice I am pulling up red because I'm doing wet on wet. If you want to alleviate that, I would recommend giving it some dry time, or at least hit it with a hair dryer, heat gun, whatever you have available to you, wherever you live. Just very simple, very, very simple. And we're just going to come down here, maybe pull a few up this way. I don't care if I don't pay a lot of attention to if the light is on the top, the dark, the bottom. It doesn't matter to me. So whatever floats your boat, that's what you do. Okay, so then I'm just going to continue on doing the same thing. May pull a few out this way, down that way. If I feel like I need to add a little bit more color to it, I can do that. I could even then come here and add the third color. Just whatever you want. Your leaves don't have to be green, by the way. If you feel like you want to make them brown or blue, green, purple, pink, whatever, you make your leaves whatever color you want them to be. You don't have to be the normal green. Alright, so we're going to go back to our little brush. I'm going to do the same routine. I can even stick in some white if I want, but I'm going to do into my greens, my white, whatever I choose to do. And then I'm going to come back here and do my typical pull. And if you know me, you know that I like to just do some little, I don't like it to be that it's just all straight. Kind of developed the idea that it's nice to have them have a little bit of, whether it's kind of going over the stem itself or just adding in some of these quaint little pulls. I like it that way. Alright, so let's come down here. I'm going to do that here. I'm going to turn my bottle this way. If you have any questions, please feel free to place those down below the video. You're more than welcome to do so. I really do like to hear from you. And I will get back to you as soon as I can. And we're just going to come up here, just continue on. Just take your time and relax. I, rush a little bit here just to get the videos done so they're not, 20 hours long. But, just take your time. Have fun. Have some friends over. Grab some wine and paint. That's all you have to do is just grab some wine and paint. And I just like them to be a little bit kind of loose. And we're going to go into that one. And then we'll just turn it. It's something nice about working on items that you can move around. When you paint on a wall or something that's stationary, you pretty much have to be able to create whatever design you're working on in just one direction. You can't turn it to accommodate the other directions that you're working in, or that you'd like to be working in, I should say. Okay, so let's see. Let's give this a little bit more. Just kind of look through. See what else you need to add, or if you don't. And if you don't like this part, by all means, please just move on to something, leave it out, do whatever you need to do. It's fine. Okay, so I wanted to rinse out my brush. I'm going to use my liner brush in the white. So I'm just going to stick it in, kind of roll it so it doesn't have a ton of paint. But I am going to with what I'm going to do now, it will pull in some of the red, or it might, but just fine. So I'm just going around the center, and I'm just taking my brush and pulling it in. Now if you want to do more of a checker pattern or crisscross pattern, you can do that. That's up to you, but I'm just taking it and going all the way around it like this. If you want to leave a center open, you can do that too, because I will be adding a little black dot in the center. That's why I'm saying that. And this is just a fun center. It's really not supposed to be anything in particular, not supposed to represent any type of a certain flower. Just so you know, it's just something I came up with. And if you want to do a different type of a center, feel free to do so. This is just, again, something I came up with, just something a little different. Without using my Deerfoot stippler or anything like that. It's just a different kind of a center. And it's fun. Sorry if my arm is in the way, or my hand. I am a lefty, so if you haven't noticed already, if I go a direction that doesn't work for you and doesn't feel comfortable, then switch it. So when I'm creating a petal, what I mean by that is if I start from left to right and you feel more comfortable creating that design the opposite direction, right to left, then switch it up, because that can be a factor. I'm not sure why, but it can be. Alright, so I did that. All I'm going to do on this is just take the end of my brush, dip it into the black, and then I'm just going to come here and just stick, whoops, it didn't cover as well. Stick a dot in the center, and we will be good to go. All right, and the last thing I'm going to do, and I appreciate you sticking with me, take my dotting stylus, dot it into the white, and then I'm just going to come in here in different spots and just add some white dots on the actual design itself. And I don't know, I just think this kind of breaks it up a little bit and gives your eye something else to look at besides just looking at the green and the red. And here we go. I mean, if you want to do some of these on the actual just plain glass part, you're welcome to do so. I'm just sticking primarily on the actual painted part for the most part. Or if you want to make it like those, like that's an actual, maybe just a little flower bud, you can do that. You know, actually, I'm looking at this. This would be kind of a pretty Christmas design. I really wasn't making it like that, but that's what it reminds me of. All right, I hope you like this. If you do, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and prior to leaving, make sure that you share this on your social network with all your family and friends. I would greatly appreciate it. It helps me grow my channel. All right, until the next time, please stay safe and healthy.